The night was quiet at Earth's deep space listening array. Only the soft hum of machines filled the darkness. Most nights were the same empty skies. Silent stars, nothing new, but tonight was different. Tonight, something woke up. A young operator named Elias Reed stared at his screen. His eyes widened as a strange wave came through the detectors. A long, slow echo that did not match any known pattern. At first he thought it was an error, maybe a sensor glitch. But the echo kept repeating in perfect rhythm. It sounded almost like a heartbeat. Elias called his supervisor. "Sir, I think something is calling us," he whispered. The supervisor frowned and leaned over the console. One look at the data made his face turn pale. "This cannot be real," he whispered. The signal origin was now visible on the screen. A location deep inside the galaxy's empty region known as the dark stretch. A place avoided by all species. A place where no stars shine bright. A place completely dead for millions of years, yet something from there was speaking. Something ancient. The machines ran age calculations. And the numbers shocked everyone in the facility. The signal was 80,000 years old. Older than human civilization, older than human writing, older than every known alien empire. Scientists across Earth were called immediately. Data streamed into massive screens. The signal's code was strange, simple, but heavy. But the first translated line froze the entire room. It said, "Is anyone alive?" No alien species had ever answered it. For thousands of years the message had reached their borders. Yet they ignored it. Some said it was a trap. Some said it was a curse. Some claimed it was a dead voice from a dead age. But humanity could not stay silent. They were curious, hungry for truth. And something about the message felt familiar. The rhythm, the tone, the pattern. It almost matched the structure of Earth's ancient proto-languages. How can this be? Dr. Mira Rowan whispered, "This signal is older than humans." Yet it sounds like us. The world watched in growing fear and excitement. News spread like wildfire. An ancient call had awakened. And only humans could understand it. The UN held an emergency meeting. Commanders, scientists, and leaders gathered around a circular table. Everyone argued, shouted, questioned, but in the end, one truth remained. If no one had answered for 80,000 years, and the signal was still repeating, then it was waiting for someone, and now. It was waiting for humanity. Captain Rhea Solis of the exploration ship Odyssey stepped forward. She looked at the gathered leaders without fear. "Give us the mission," she said. "Let humans answer the call." The room fell into silence. Everyone knew this mission was dangerous. Unknown space, unknown sender, unknown purpose. Anything could be waiting out there, a threat, a trap, a forgotten monster. But the signal continued to echo through every speaker in the room. Soft, deep, ancient, a voice that refused to fade. Rhea placed her hand on the console, and for the first time in 80,000 years, the message responded. Its rhythm shifted. Almost like it sensed her touch, the scientists stared in horror and awe. It reacted to a human, one whispered. The hook was complete. Humanity would answer the call that the entire galaxy had feared. And nothing would ever be the same again. Captain Rhea Solis stood on the bridge of the Odyssey. Her crew worked around her with quiet focus. No one spoke much. Everyone felt the weight of the mission. They were heading into the dark stretch, a region of space where even light seemed afraid to travel. The ancient signal continued to pulse through the ship's systems, slow, steady, patient, like something alive, like something waiting. The crew could feel it in their bones, a strange pressure, a soft whisper at the edge of hearing, but no words, only presence. Dr. Mira Rowan monitored the signal from her station. "It is reacting again," she said. "The rhythm changes every time our course shifts," Rhea frowned. So it knows we're coming, Mira nodded. And it wants us to keep going. The Odyssey moved deeper into the void. Stars thinned out, lights dimmed outside the ship's windows. The darkness grew thicker, like a giant shadow covering the galaxy. Most species avoided this place. Their legends called it cursed. Some said great machines once lived here. Some said a war wiped out everything. Others believed something old still slept in the darkness. Humanity ignored the warnings, not because they were fearless, but because they were curious enough to risk fear. Hours passed into days. The crew grew tense. They saw no planets, no debris, no old ruins, nothing at all. Just emptiness deep and endless. Then the alarms rang. "Captain, something ahead." Rhea rushed to the main screen. A strange shape slowly formed in the darkness. Huge, silent, unmoving at first. They thought it was an asteroid, but as the ship drew closer, details appeared, sharp edges, metallic surfaces, lines carved with purpose. It was not a rock. It was a structure. Dr. Mera whispered, This is a starship," Rhea's heart pounded. "But it's massive. Bigger than any ship we've ever seen." The ship looked ancient. Older than every alien empire in the galaxy. It floated quietly in the void, its hull cracked but not destroyed. Like it had survived something impossible. Then, the signal changed again. No longer a heartbeat, no longer a simple echo. Now it sounded like a locked door opening. Lights flickered across the surface of the giant ship, one by one, like eyes slowly waking. The Odyssey shook as the ancient vessel scanned them. A soft vibration hummed through every wall, through every person, through every heartbeat. The crew froze, afraid to move. Dr. Mera stared at the screen, her voice shaking. "Captain, the ship is trying to talk to us," Rhea swallowed. "Put it on audio." The ship's speakers crackled. A deep, distant voice filled the bridge. Not mechanical. Not alien. Something else, something human-like. "After 80,000 years, the voice said slowly. Someone finally came back. The crew looked at one another in shock. Humanity leaned forward. The galaxy held its breath. The darkness had spoken, and it was only the beginning. The ancient ship's voice faded into silence, but the echo of its words stayed inside every heart on the Odyssey. 80,000 years, a lifetime for civilizations. A breath for whatever waited out here. Captain Rhea Solis forced herself to breathe. Her crew watched her quietly. Everyone understood the same truth. The signal was never random. Someone sent it for a reason. "Find the source," Rhea said. Her voice steady even though her hands shook. The Odyssey's engines hummed softly as the ship drifted past the massive ruin, and the signal pulled them toward a dark, frozen planet below. The planet looked dead. No clouds, no oceans, no signs of life. Just endless sheets of cracked ice glowing faintly under a dying star. Dr. Mera studied the readings. "The signal is coming from under the surface," she said, "deep under the ice. Almost at the planet's core." The crew exchanged uneasy looks. No one understood how a voice could speak from such depths. No one understood why it waited for humans, but the truth was buried down there. And they had no choice but to follow it. A landing team prepared to descend. Rhea stepped onto the drop shuttle with Mira, Talos, and 2 security officers. Their helmets flickered as they linked to the Odyssey's feed. "Stay alert," Rhea said. "This place feels wrong." The shuttle pierced the atmosphere. Dark, cold clouds scraped its sides. The ground below looked like a shattered mirror. Cracks stretching for miles, snow swirling like ghostly mist. They landed beside a deep fissure glowing faint blue. The signal pulsed from the crack like a heartbeat. Mira knelt and aimed her scanner. "Whatever is down there." "It's enormous." Talos swallowed. "Define enormous." Mira's scanner beeped rapidly. "Bigger than a city," she said softly. Maybe bigger than a continent. A sudden tremor shook the ice. The fissure widened. The ground beneath them roared with rising pressure. Move back! Rhea shouted. The team stumbled away as the ice split apart like glass. Blue light erupted from the depths, rising, growing, shaping itself. Something was awakening beneath them. A massive metallic surface pushed through the breaking ice, layer by layer, piece by piece. An impossible structure emerged, not a building, not a ship. Something far older, a titan, a machine the size of mountains. Its surface carved with symbols no species recognized. Its metal glowing with ancient energy. The head of the titan rose first, eyes like deep blue stars flickering open. Then its shoulders broke free of the ice. Then its arms, each wider than the Odyssey itself. The ground shook with every movement. The air hummed like a living storm. The titan lifted its head and faced the humans. Its blue eyes scanned them slowly, carefully, almost gently. Then a voice echoed from everywhere at once. From the titan, from the ship above, from the air around them. The heirs have arrived. Rhea felt her breath stop. Whose heirs? She whispered. The titan responded with a sound like thunder softening. The heirs of the first ones. The humans froze. Their hearts raced. Their minds spun. What first ones? Why humans? Why now? The titan lowered its head slightly, a movement almost like respect. And in that moment, humanity realized something terrifying and incredible. The signal had not been calling to anyone. It had been calling to them. And the titan had been waiting for 80,000 years for humans to return. The moment the titan rose from the ice, the entire galaxy felt it. Sensors across alien worlds screamed with warnings. Deep space networks flashed red. Ancient monitoring stations silent for thousands of years suddenly came alive. Every major empire received the same impossible alert. The titan has awakened. For the first time in centuries, alien rulers panicked. No one expected this. No one believed it could ever happen. On the throne world of the Vora Dominion, the High Council watched the data in horror. That machine is a planet killer, one counselor hissed. It destroyed the old empires during the first collapse, another whispered. But it never activated for any species, the High Warlord growled. So why now? Then the next message arrived, a single line that froze every alien in the room. Activation source. Human presence. The council chamber erupted in fear. Humans? How can a young species do this? They are not heirs of anything. Stop them before they bond with the titan. The order spread across the galaxy within minutes. Fleets launched, weapons primed, borders opened. Every empire moved toward the dark stretch with one goal: stop humanity before they unlocked something older than the stars. Back on the frozen planet, the Titan's blue eyes stared down at Captain Rhea and her team. The ground trembled beneath their feet, but the machine did not attack. Instead, it spoke again, its voice like calm thunder. You carry the echo of the first ones. You are compatible with the archive. Rhea exchanged quick glances with her crew. What does that mean? She asked. The Titan slowly opened its chest. A massive circular chamber pulsed with soft white light. It means, the Titan said, that your kind was chosen long before your world learned fire. The humans felt the air tighten around them. Chosen? By who? For what? Before they could ask more, a loud alarm blared inside their helmets. Talos checked his scanner. Captain! Multiple warp signatures approaching fast. Rhea looked up at the sky. Bright flashes pierced the darkness above the atmosphere. Dozens of alien ships appeared, then hundreds, then entire fleets. The air cracked with the sound of distant weapons powering up. The sky filled with red and green lights, alien warships dropping into formation like a giant swarm. The comms exploded with warnings from the Odyssey. Captain! The galaxy's major empires are here. They're armed and on high alert. The Titan turned its massive head toward the sky. Its blue eyes darkened. Its voice rumbled with old memory. They fear what you may become. Rhea stood her ground. She knew humanity had just stepped into something far bigger than they understood, but she refused to run. She refused to leave without answers. What did they fear? She asked the Titan. The Titan's chest glowed brighter. Fear, it said slowly, that you will take your rightful place, as successors to the first ones above them. Alien fleets armed their weapons on the ice below. The Titan raised its colossal arms. The ground shook, the air cracked like lightning. The galaxy had united against humanity, but the Titan had chosen its side, and it was ready to stand with humans. The next moment would decide everything. War or peace, survival or extinction, fear or destiny. And the first shot was only seconds away. The sky was a burning field of color. Alien fleets hovered like metal storms, their weapons armed and pointed at the ice world below. Every empire believed humanity had awakened something too powerful, something that should have stayed buried forever, on the ground. The Titan stood beside Captain Rhea and her team, glowing with ancient energy. Its voice echoed like a mountain speaking. Do not fear. The first ones left their legacy for your kind. You are not intruders. You are the heirs. Rhea felt her breath catch. Why us? Humanity is young. We are not powerful like these empires. The Titan lowered its head, almost like a bow, because humanity carries what they lost, unity and the courage to fight against impossible odds. These traits once shaped the galaxy. Now they live only in your species. Before Rhea could respond, the first alien transmission arrived. Every ship broadcasted at once, their voices filled with fear and command. Human vessels step away from the machine. Deactivate the Titan, or we open fire. That weapon is forbidden. Rhea stared at the sky. She could see thousands of guns targeting the surface. One wrong word and it would all be over. But the Titan stepped forward, towering like a mountain of living metal. I am not a weapon, it thundered. I am a guardian, the last of the first one's protectors. A long silence followed. Then the Titan revealed what the galaxy had feared for 80,000 years. The first ones did not vanish. They were destroyed by the same empires who now point their weapons at you. Shock rippled through the human team. Even Rhea took a step back. The oldest mystery of the galaxy answered in one sentence. They erased their creators to gain power, the Titan continued. But before the first ones fell, they sent the archive across the stars, searching for a species brave enough to rise again. Rhea felt her chest tighten. You chose us. Yes, the Titan said. You were the only ones who answered the signal after 80,000 years. Above, the alien fleets panicked. If humanity controlled the Titan, it meant the return of the first one's authority, something the empires would never allow. All ships. A voice screamed, prepare to fire. The sky lit up. Energy beams brightened like a dying sun. Rhea closed her eyes, ready for the end, until the Titan raised its hand. A single pulse of blue light rippled across the sky. Every alien weapon shut down at the same moment. Warships froze in space, powerless, silent. Gasps filled the channels. What did it do? Our systems are dead. We cannot move. The Titan turned to Rhea. The first ones built us to protect life, not destroy it. This is my final act. The archive now belongs to humanity. Its body began to dim, ancient energy fading like a final breath. Use it wisely. Lead the galaxy where the first ones could not. You are the new guardians. Then, the Titan collapsed to one knee, glowing like a star breaking apart. The ice cracked. Light spread across the planet, forming a giant symbol that only humans could read. Rise. Rhea stared at the sky filled with silent alien ships. The war was over, not by destruction, but by truth. Humanity had not just responded to an ancient signal. They had inherited the future of the galaxy.